Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to Soul Food and Grace. If this is your first time, my name is Jena Harris. I decided to go live, and it's been a little while since I've gone live. But today I came to you. I'm going to share with you my 5 foundational F words that I use every day. And don't worry, they're not bad F words. But I truly believe that, for me, these F words have been pillars in what I do every day. And again, there's not going to be a perfect answer for, applying these 5 F words. But what I do want to offer you is if, you are conscious about and or intentional about how you tune in with yourself and these F words, I know that it can make a huge impact on your journey, on your life, on your mental, emotional, spiritual, physical health. So if you want, get out your notebooks and jot these words down and see how they work for you. And definitely, while if you find these valuable, tell me about your routine. If you have foundational, or you have a routine, or you have things that you do as well, I would love to hear about it. So comment below. So the first one, and I put it on the top of the list because for me, this is based around every area in my life, and that is faith. And I'm sure some of you're not surprised by that, with the Fiercely Faithful tribe. And I talk a lot about faith, but for me, this faith is in all that you do. It's, the thing that hits me all the time is, with God, all things are possible. And sometimes even in those moments, and right now, at the Here and the Now Live, we're 2 days out of, the election. And I'm not one that I don't talk about politics at all. I only bring this forward because I am here supporting some people who feel very uneasy. And we're going to talk about that too. So if this is where you're at, hang tight to the end. I'm going to share with you some things that we have going on to support you. But so faith being around, even if it's small, like faith of a mustard seed, as it says in the Bible about, building that foundation of faith. All it takes is a little bit, right? And definitely when you surround yourself with people that also walk by faith, also can help you as well. So I hope that golden nugget is good. I weave in faith, as I said, these 5 F words. I tune into myself and see, just check in. How's it going? This area, how am I feeling? And there's no perfect method, you guys. I'm just sharing with you. I have found that, when I make a conscious, intention, as I said before, it really has a bigger impact on my day. So the second one is actually 2 words, but I consider it one, and that is family and friends, because, relationships are so important. And, sometimes we get busy in our life, right? And I think just making it a point, okay, tuning in with my family, friends, it also helps remind you of a lot of why you do what you do. Sometimes, like I said, we get busy, we get distracted, and it's time, to weave that in. Even if you're just tuning in, putting reminders. Sometimes there's certain things in my phone. If I feel, going back to the word faith, if I'm feeling a little uneasy, anxiety, anything like that, sometimes I will even put an alert on my phone to do something. It could be following someone who helps build your faith. And like with family and friends, maybe someone in your life is struggling, right? And you just want to be intentional about reaching out to them. And life happens sometimes, and it can slip your mind. Sometimes I will put a reminder in my phone So family, friends, because I feel like life is all about relationships. Everything comes back around to relationships, right? We have relationships with food. We have relationship with, money. We have relationships with people, and so being conscious of that and intentional in how it is that you're living can have a huge impact on your day and ultimately your life, right? So the third one is fitness. Now, I don't mean just fitness for your physical body. Of course, I mean that too. But we are more than just our physicalness, right? So we've got our mental fitness, our emotional fitness, our spiritual fitness, and our physical fitness. So, just tapping and tuning in. Sometimes there's an imbalance in those areas. I know for me, um, I have to be mindful about keeping that in balance. And earlier in my years, it was probably a different sort of balance than it is now. And so that's why it's not a cookie cutter. So just really tuning in with yourself, something that works for me may not work for you because we're all different in that aspect. But what I will say is this area, when I'm tapping into myself about fitness, I'm also reminding myself to fill my cup, which is another F word. That's so funny. To fill my cup so that I can pour on to others, because we can't serve, right? We can't serve from an empty cup, and we understand that. But sometimes we are not being conscious about it. And that's why these pillars, the foundation of, these words, the foundational F words, are so important. So, remembering to fill your cup so that you can pour into others. So the next one is finances. Now, this one is not always fun to tune in with ourselves. Well, for some people, maybe it is because maybe they geek out on finances. But for me, this area is all about the balance and just making an intentional space, especially if that is out of balance. I believe in focus, another F word, right? We're talking a lot about F words today. Focus, it's where we're putting our focus. So even if we feel a little, uneasy in a certain area, let's just say finances, because that's where I'm at in my F word, foundational F words. But let's just say you are, feeling a little imbalanced there. Even just spending the time to be focused. Maybe it's something where it's like, the other areas feel really good to me right now, but right now my finances feel a little uneasy. So make an intention to follow someone or listen to a podcast or a YouTube video that's going to help you feel better, because it's about shifting your focus, right? And if you are feeling a certain way that isn't empowering to you or that doesn't feel uplifting, you already understand that your focus in this specific area is on a different area, the opposite of where it is that you're wanting to go. So sometimes it's that simple shift, right? So the final one, which is another big one. So the top two are like the first and the last, and that is fun. We, as adults, we forget about this, right? Because we think, oh, we've got to, be serious as an adult. And I'll tell you, that blocks so much of our freedom, our expression, our authenticity, who God's created us to be. And so remembering that fun isn't just being silly and laughing, but it is a huge part of it, because, you know, having the laughter energy, that childlike energy, the Bible talks about the childlike energy as well. Having that childlike energy and that childlike spirit and approaching things with pure imagination and focusing on the joy. If you are feeling disconnected, if you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling imbalanced because of the time right now, in our world, you already know that your center of focus and attention is on that stuff, or the stuff that's helping support that vision for your life, right? And so spend time. What is it that gives you joy? And sometimes when I've coached and helped people walk this path, they don't know. When I ask them that, they're like, I really don't know what gives me joy anymore. That's a huge tap saying, hello, we need to be doing something different. And sometimes it takes wiping the board all the way, wiping the slate completely clean and starting over, and really revisiting the things. Maybe the things that used to make you smile, it's changed, and that's okay. But I encourage you to make an effort to go out and explore, to do the things that, to, you know, rediscover who it is and what it is that makes you smile, okay? Because it's super, super important. Don't leave that out. So, the final thing that I just wanted to share here is, when I did the Fiercely Faithful kind of tribe and some of the stuff that we were doing, the reason is it's, when I connect to again, another F word, right? Fierce. It's more because someone, like I think about my husband, and he would be saying that's like about, when you're in sports and you're working hard, it's like fierce, right? But there's another element of that fierce, and that is the heartfelt. And actually, if you look it up, part of the definition is the heartfelt intensity. And so I just want to encourage you this week to, put forward the focus in more of a fierce focus, right? In some of the areas where maybe I brought up these 5 words and you knew right away that, oh yeah, that area could really use some fine tuning there. I encourage you to put in some fierce focus into those areas and see what shifts. And I would love for you, after you do that, come back to this video, reach out to me, put a comment below. I really want to know. But also, where is your focus? I want you to notice if you have been focusing on fear, because if you are feeling disconnected, if you are feeling any sorts of out of balance, there's some sort of fear that's showing up there. It's love or fear. And so looking at where it is that you're focusing, because we know that fear's acronym is, false evidence appearing real. We know that to be true. And fear oftentimes is not, we feel that it is so real, right? Because we can feel it. But love is real as well. But if we have been focusing more on the fear, we're going to feel numb to the love. And that's when we start shutting our heart down and we start going in these, stories or whatever that, it's not available to us. And that is just not true. You are so loved and you are worthy of that love. So I do have a note here so I don't forget. And remember, I told you at the end I was going to share with you, if you are feeling out of balance tomorrow, be on the lookout. I will be sharing, Michael Dake and I will both be sharing on our YouTube videos, and I'll put his link below this after this uploads. I will share his link to his YouTube video or YouTube channel as well. But do you hear? My son's birds are going crazy. And if you have not heard my son's bird story, maybe I will share that here, but we've been sharing it a lot in the Happy Universe. It's hilarious. Anyways, they're being happy right now. So, we are doing a Q&A. Michael Dake and I are doing Q&As, soul session Q&As. And basically, we are answering a question about anxiety. And I thought, wow, this is really perfect on the tail end of this video here. But we're going to be digging into answering a question. And Michael Dake takes an energetic standpoint. I'm giving a little different spin. But I think that you're going to find that we complement each other and offer a really good blanket of a different way to look at anxiety, the way the world is right now. We're giving you, a different way of dealing with some of the stress and chaos. And so we also put together a free heart activation and also his phase shift session. It's always a tongue twister for that, but I will put all of the links below. Give me a minute since this video is live. Takes a minute for it to populate, whatever, upload, do all that good stuff. But I will come back and put all of that information down below. But tomorrow that will be available on both of our channels, so be on the lookout for that. I love you guys so much. And if you enjoyed this video, please, please help me out. I would appreciate it if you subscribe, put the comments, like the video so that I know what it is that you guys are really loving and appreciating. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow. And you know, right now, as I have kind of restructured some of my YouTube content, I will still be doing a lot around faith. And who knows, I may be picking up that Bible again and be digging into some of those because I've been reading the book of Psalms again to my son, and I'm really missing all that that we were doing before. But and if you didn't know about any of that, for my faith-based friends, I will put some of the playlists below as well. So blessings to you. Love you bunches, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.